As people gear up for their big 4th of July celebration on Monday, fire officials in Brooklyn Park want to remind everyone to keep safety in mind this weekend when it comes to grilling and fireworks.
If you do decide to light off some fireworks, we just want to make sure we're keeping them away from areas of dry grass, combustibles like paper, plates. So doing them on a driveway or a hard surface is going to be the best recommendation.
Brooklyn Park Fire Marshal Dan Cryer suggests that people skip the store-bought fireworks altogether and try to find professional fireworks displays instead. That way you don't have to worry about starting a grass fire or accidentally burning yourself. He says sparklers are a major cause of burns because they can emit temperatures of up to 1,200 degrees. Meanwhile, if you're planning to grill with family and friends, Cryer recommends keeping the grill at least 3 feet away from anything that could burn.
We see sometimes people will grill on their deck or close to their vinyl siding, and then that leads to melted siding or melted plastic. So keep a good 3 feet or more away from anything that can burn. If you're using charcoal, make sure that that charcoal is fully cooled before you put it into your trash receptacle.
Cryer says charcoal can take hours or possibly even days to cool before it's safe enough to put in the trash. Also on this holiday weekend, a request from the Department of Transportation for people to slow down in work zones. There are more than 200 projects underway on state roads alone this construction season, and you can track them on a newly revamped website, 511mn.org. MNDOT says work will be suspended over the holiday, but the work zones will remain in place, and you should slow down for them. MNDOT asks that you check out 511mn.org and plan your route before you go. A fine for being caught speeding through a work zone will cost you $300. Local voting for the primary election in some of our cities is now underway, and so are the forums, giving voters a clearer picture of the candidates on the primary ballot. This past week, the candidates for Robbinsdale City Council in Wards 3 and 4 met in a forum sponsored by the League of Women Voters. 2 questions the candidates were asked were whether council candidates support a community center and whether or not they support light rail. You can see the forum on our website. The primary is on August 9th. The Brooklyn Center Council has been discussing several charter amendments that could go on the ballot in November. The possible changes mainly involve the duties of the mayor. One possible change would require contracts to be signed in accordance with the city's purchasing policy, which just requires the city manager's signature. Currently, the charter calls for both the city manager and mayor to sign off on smaller budget decisions. The mayor admitted to delays in signing documents. Another proposal would require the mayor to sign any resolution or ordinance passed by the council within 48 hours. The potential changes have been described by some as being a more efficient form of administration, but others say it would be removing some checks and balances.
I think this is just done in the interest of more efficient administration. And it really shouldn't be viewed as being anything controversial, certainly not political.
To take away the public accountability for how finances are spent in the city.
The council needed to have a unanimous vote to pass the charter amendments, which they did not get. So now the questions are expected to go on the ballot. A Brooklyn Park resident has brought the taste of the Caribbean to the northwest suburbs. Delane Cleveland introduces us to Grumpy Claude, whose food will make you feel anything but grumpy.
It's just something that I love to do.
Claude Alkins is in the business of making people happy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Which is ironic considering that the sign on his trailer refers to him as Grumpy.
Who is the nicest person you'll ever meet, actually.
So we get the mayo on that bun.
It's a nickname he got at a previous job that stuck. But for the last 6 years, Grumpy Claude has traveled around the metro in his trailer, introducing Caribbean eats to Twin Cities streets, or in this case, the Brooklyn Park Fleet Farm.
My mom and dad, they're from Trinidad. That food was always around our home. So what I decided to do was, okay, Minnesota didn't have a lot of Caribbean places to go to. So what I decided to do was bring the Caribbeans to Minnesota.
His menu consists of familiar items like burgers and chicken wings, albeit with a little more seasoning for some added flavor.
This is the stew right here.
Then there's his signature item, the roti. It's a hand-rolled flatbread wrapped around a flavor-filled curry stew.
Consists of chicken, potatoes, garbanzo beans, herbs and spices, all from the islands, all authentic.
The item is becoming a fan favorite among his growing clientele in Brooklyn Park.
It's not spicy like Thai food. Like, I really like the flavors in it.
For now, Grumpy Claude's exists only in food truck form, but the hope is for him to one day open a standalone restaurant.
It's always been a passion of mine.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Twin Cities artist Adam Turman has 10 pieces of artwork scattered throughout St. Louis Park and Golden Valley as a way to promote local culture. What you might not know is that some of the artwork has a deep local tie, as in it might be something only locals truly understand.
I'm taking a little bit more of what the locals really know about the area or, iconic things in Minnesota, and I'm expanding on those things. So Golden Valley is also known for this house that has amazing daffodils in it. They have like thousands and thousands of daffodils. So there are some details that are a part of the community in which each cutout is a part of.
Turman is referring to the daffodils planted by Warren Kapsner, who lives on Edgewood Avenue in Golden Valley. Neighbors look forward to the treat each spring. See what other deep local ties you can find on Turman's artwork that are on display this summer. Each piece of art has a scannable QR code that goes into detail about local events and businesses.
Our all-area softball team starts behind the plate with a power-hitting catcher. Number 32, Lauren Granger of Hopkins, wrapped up a great career in style. Granger hit .462 with 8 doubles, 10 home runs, and 48 RBIs. The two-time All-Metro pick helped the Royals to the state tournament and will play for West Texas A&M. Number 11, sophomore Ella Freeman of Wayzata was team MVP for the Trojans. Freeman hit .353 with 8 doubles, 2 homers, and 13 RBIs. Number 13, Brooke Dobler of Park Center was another super sophomore behind the plate. An excellent defensive receiver, Dobler hit .532 with 6 doubles, a homer, and 10 RBIs. He was team offensive MVP. Number 12, Maggie Wozniak helped Benilde St. Margaret's to the state Class 3A tournament. All Metro West and Section 6 pick Wozniak hit .333 with 4 doubles and drove in 11 runs. Our infielders include number 10 shortstop Alyssa Blaska of Champlin Park. The first team All-Metro pick hit .403 with 12 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, and 29 RBIs. The Rebels team MVP and an All-State pick, Blaska was an All-Star Series selection. Maple Grove shortstop number 6 Elizabeth Berry was a second-team All-State pick. The senior hit .402 with 7 doubles and 3 home runs while playing nearly error-free ball at a key position. Number 18 Anissa Dysart of Hopkins is another smooth-fielding shortstop. Dysart hit .429 with 5 doubles, 4 triples, and 10 runs batted in. She's an All-Lake Conference and All-Section 6 pick. Champlin Park second baseman number 1 Maddie Gruen was the Rebels' most improved player and hit .446 with 18 runs scored while striking out only 3 times all season. Gruen hit over 600 in section play. Number 2 McKenna Dugas of Park Center was the Pirates' primary pitcher but makes our team as a shortstop. Dugas hit .339 with 17 runs scored and was Park Center's team MVP and defensive MVP. She fanned 112 batters as a pitcher. Our outfielders include Maple Grove's number 15, Danny Strom. The sophomore hit .398 with 6 doubles, 4 homers, and 26 RBIs, and had a .996 fielding percentage for the Section 5 runner-up Crimson. Number 13, Olivia Ream of Wayzata, seen here last year, was a second-team All-State pick as a senior for the Trojans. Ream hit .403 with 8 doubles and 16 RBIs this season and was an All-Star Series pick. Number 12, Elizabeth Bray had a good sophomore season for Armstrong. All Northwest Suburban pick Bray hit .397 with 3 homers and 19 RBIs for the Falcons, while also playing strong defense in center field. Number 18, Alyssa Werns of Maple Grove earned all-conference and all-section honors as a sophomore. Leadoff hitter Werns hit .383 with a .489 on-base percentage, 7 doubles, and 2 homers. Our pitchers are led by number 37, Signe Dose of Hopkins. Dose pitched a no-hitter in the Section 6 final and had a 1.83 ERA and 115 strikeouts. The Royals team MVP and a second-team All-Metro pick, Dose hit .464 with 12 doubles, 4 triples, 5 homers, and 26 RBIs. Number 15, Tibby Hessian pitched Benilde into the state tournament. Hessian had a 13-7 record with a 1.96 ERA and 184 Ks in 125 innings. The second-team All-State pick was also the Red Knights' most potent hitter, with a .475 average, 8 doubles, 2 homers, and 22 runs batted in. And number 16, Maddie Wilm of Maple Grove rounds out our pitchers. Wilm had 8 shutouts, a 1.69 ERA, 15 wins, and 227 strikeouts in 129 innings. Wilm earned all-conference and all-section honors. It's a great squad, the CCX All-Area Softball Team.